Good morning, children. In the last class, I had started lesson 4 from your first flight book named From the Diary of Anne Frank. And as I told you, it is an extract, from Anne Frank's diary. Just a small extract from the whole chapter. So it's Anne Frank, who was a Jewish girl born in Germany. And let's recall a little bit what we learned in the last class, and then I will continue the lesson further. So Anne is a little apprehensive about writing her diary. Though she is interested in it, she feels that doing so is going to be a strange experience for her, as she has never written anything before. Moreover, she feels that no one would be interested in reading the thought of a young teenager. Still, she resolves to start writing, as she thinks that she would be able to confide in her feelings with the diary without any hesitation, and that this would certainly keep her heart lighter. Just she wanted to jot down her feelings. Although she was a young teenager and did not have any friends, and she always felt alone. She was an introvert kind of a girl, but she really needed a true friend. Her parents, sister, and aunts loved her very much, yet she always felt the strong urge of a true friend with whom she could share her feelings without any hesitation. It was during one of her day broodings when she was in her deep thought. She just said an old saying that paper has more patience than people, and she considered it quite right, as paper, it won't react how the people do. And this thought encouraged her to write her diary, and she also resolved not to allow anyone read her stuff until she found a real friend. And as she wanted her diary to be her good friend, she lovingly named it as Kitty. And then we came to know that Anne began her diary by giving a brief sketch to her life. First of all, she had given a short introduction of her life, that she was born on 12th June 1929. She had a elder sister who was 3 years older to her, and Margaret. And she lived in Frankfurt until she was 4 years old. Her father migrated to Holland, went to Holland to settle there permanently in the year 1933. And Anne Frank was sent to the Montessori school and stayed there until she was 6 years old. And she started in the first form here means from class 1 she started studying there. And when Anne was in the 6th class, her teacher was her class teacher, you can say, was Mrs. Cuperes, who was also the headmistress of the school. The headmistress means, you understand, the woman who is the head of that school. And they both had a great love for each other, means there was a nice bonding between a teacher and a student. And then we came to know about Anne's grandmother, who fell ill in the year 1941, and she had to be operated upon, but she died in January 1942. Anne loved her grandmother and thought a lot about her. Anne's birthday fell in June 1942, and the celebration also included lighting a candle in the memory of the departed grandmother. So till here we came to know as the introductory part of Anne Frank, and now let's continue with the further lesson. You may see here, children, as you also know, whenever you write the diary, you have to mention the date on which day you are writing. So this diary entry started. Okay, the first entry in the diary was made on Saturday, 20th June 1942. Okay, so here the diary entry starts and it's mentioned, dearest Kitty. You know, Kitty was given the name to her best friend. That was her diary. So Anne Frank made first entry in her diary on this day. Okay, and let me read now. Then I will discuss the word meanings and then explain you in detail. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quacking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Half the class is making bets. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. CN and Jacques, who have staked the entire holiday savings on their bet. From morning to night, it's, you're going to pass? No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Even G's pleading glances and my angry outbursts can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So, how she started writing? She was mentioning here. Okay, she wrote about her class affairs, and it was the day of declaration of the results. And the students, you know how you feel. The students, they were also full of anxiety that time. Okay, so what was the matter? Their result means obviously everywhere there were bets among the classmates. Okay, that who would go to the next class now, who might fail in the same class, and all these things. So let's our entire class is quacking in its boots. It's giving the meaning over there. You can see shaking with fear and nervousness, means it was the day of result now, and the whole class, it was very fearful and nervous. The reason is obviously it's giving over there forthcoming meeting. Okay, in which the teachers decides, means it was the day where the teachers decides the further future, where whether the children are to be passed or to be kept back. Okay, that is to be failed, and more than half of the class was betting there, and GN and herself, means Anne Frank, they were laughing madly over there. Okay, at whom? At the two boys who were sitting behind them, namely CN and Jacques. Okay, and why these two girls were laughing on them? Because they were going on putting the bets. Stacked means who have stacked their entire holiday. Stacked means they were going on betting, to bet. Okay, and the whole holiday is just what they were saying, that yeah, one said you will be passing, other said no, I won't pass, and likewise they were going on betting. Even G's pleading glances and my angry. Okay, G is, here is who? Anne's friend. Okay, pleading means requesting, glances means looks. Okay, outburst means just to burst out. So G, who was going on requesting them, okay, by her looks, and Anne was also bursting out with anger, that why these people are simply going on arguing and betting with each other. Still they were not getting peaceful, they were not getting calmed down. And what Anne says further, if anyone asks her, okay, so what she guesses, that there are so many dummies. Dummies here means the people of very low intelligence, who are not so intelligent. Okay, so there are so many fools in the class, you can say, that the quarter of the class, 1/4 of the class, it should be kept back, means it should be failed according to Anne Frank. Okay, but she also says that the teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. Unpredictable means about whom nothing can be predicted, that what they are going to decide. Okay, so it's all upon teacher. No one can guess that what they want to do and in what way they think about the children. So these all are the class affairs being mentioned by N. Next para. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. The only subject I am not sure about is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. Means here she tells that she never felt nervousness due for the result. Okay, she was not at all worried, and not even for her friends, all the girls who were her friends, she was not worried about them also, because she was sure they can make it, means they will surely pass out. But she had a little doubt in the maths subject, which she felt little difficult. Okay, so she says that anyhow they have to wait till the result, and till that time all the girls, they were just telling each other not to lose heart, means not to get sad or nervous. Okay, and let's have some hope. Next, I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old fogey who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework, an essay on the subject, a chatterbox. A chatterbox? What can you write about that? I would worry about that later, I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked it in my bag, and tried to keep quiet. So now what happens? Okay, and says that she had a good relationship with all her teachers in the school. Okay, she had good impression among her teachers, and she tells that total 9 teachers were there, in which there were 7 men, gents teacher, and 2 women, 2 lady teachers were there. And one of her maths teacher, whose name was Mr. Keesing. Okay, he was old foggy. Foggy means old fashioned person. Okay, he was an quite old fashioned, and he was very much annoyed. Annoyed means angry with N. For what? From last many classes, because she used to talk too much in his class, in his maths teacher class, as she was not interested in learning maths. Children, you all might be thinking about your situation, I think so, over here, when you also do the same, isn't it? So here the same situation arises with N, and she got many warnings, but still she didn't understand, and that's why she got the extra homework from her maths teacher to write an essay. On which topic? A chatterbox. Chatterbox, you understand, na? One who speaks too much, and every time many of you are there, children in the class. Okay, so a chatterbox. So she thought, what is this topic to write about? So she thought not to worry about it, so she just noted down the title in her notebook, that she has to remember it later, and she kept it inside her bag, and she just tried to keep quiet, but it was not possible for her. Next, what happens? That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. Anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. I thought, and suddenly I had an idea. I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing had assigned me and was satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. Now see, very interesting children, because this para is in your favor. What N writes here, that evening when she brought that homework for her to write an essay on the topic a chatterbox, she had completed almost all her rest of the homework, and when she had an eye on that topic written over there on the notebook. Okay, what my eye means, when she saw that suddenly on the notebook where she had mentioned about the essay, she began to think. Okay, and this is the habit of many of you children, to chew the tip of the pen when you think about something to do. Okay, so when seriously you think about something, you put either the tip of the pen or either your fingertip something inside the mouth. So that also was same with her. She was chewing the tip of the pen thinking about the essay, and she says there, ramble on means you can see talk or write aimlessly for long. So anyone could write anything so long about the topic. Okay, giving the spaces between the words means, but the trick was to come up, but she wanted to give the convincing argument. Okay, she wanted to justify that point. Okay, that people should believe what she is writing. So in that way she wanted to write the essay, and what she wanted to justify in that it is very necessary to talk. It is that talking is necessary. And she was going on thinking, and suddenly an idea came to her, and because of that idea she was able to write 3 full pages for that essay, a chatterbox. Okay, and Mr. Keesing also was satisfied reading that essay, in which she had justified that talking is necessary. Okay, and what she justified, that talking is a student's trait. Trait means quality. She wants to say it's the quality of the students. Okay, and she also just agrees that she would do her best, that she should lessen her talking, but it was not possible for her. Now next, what she wants to say, children, but that I would never be able to cure myself of the habit, since my mother talked as much as I did, if not more, and that there's not much you can do about inherited traits. What do you mean by inherited traits? The qualities that you get from your parents, either physical or mental, that is the inherited traits. Okay, so what she justified over here, that though she will try her level best to control her talking in the maths class, but she said that it can't be cured, it can't be controlled. Okay, because this was the habit of her mother also, who was also very talkative, and maybe she might be talking more or less than her, but she talks like her mother. And there are some inherited traits, the qualities which you get from your parents, which can't be removed from you. Okay, so next what happens, Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my arguments, but when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, he assigned me a second essay. This time it was supposed to be on an incorrigible chatterbox. I handed it in, and Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about for 2 whole lessons. However, during the 3rd lesson, he would finally had enough, and Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled "Quack, Quack, Quack," said Mistress Chatterbox. Now see, children, what happens now? I hope you understood. Now when she presented her first essay, Mr. Keesing was also impressed, and he was laughing at the arguments which she had mentioned in that. Okay, but still when she proceeded, when she just went on talking, okay, through the next lesson, means in the next class also, again another essay was assigned to her. Okay, and this time, what was the topic of the essay? An incorrigible chatterbox. Incorrigible means something that cannot be corrected. Here, a bad quality it is mentioned. Okay, incorrigible. So, she accepted that. Okay, and she had completed her work successfully. She wrote about it, and Mr. Keesing, she had written a very good essay. So Mr. Keesing had no complaint for next two lessons, means next two class. But again in the third class, okay, when he was fed up with this talkative girl who can't control her talks in the class, then he finally ordered him that it was enough now, and now she had a punishment for talking in class to write an essay. What was the topic? Quack, 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 said Mistress Chatterbox. This is the topic given to her. Okay, quack, quack. You know, children, who does the quack, quack? Yeah, that is the ducks, isn't it? So the whole class roared. I had to laugh too, though I had nearly exhausted my ingenuity on the topic of chatterboxes. It was time to come up with something else, something original. My friend Sani, who's good at poetry, offered to help me write the essay from beginning to end in verse, and I jumped for joy. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I had made sure the joke was on him. So what happened when at the third time the girl was assigned to write the essay, the whole class roared. Roared means they started laughing, okay, with noise, and she also just laughed all along with them. Though she was exhausted, now she was fully tired. My ingenuity on the topic, what for? Now she had no further ideas related to that chatterbox or the matter to write over there. Okay, ingenuity, you can see originality and inventiveness. Okay, so now her skill got finished over here. Exhausted here means finished on the topic of the chatterboxes, and it was the time to come with something new ideas, isn't it? Because she wanted to present something original now. So she had one friend named Sani, who was very good in writing the poetry. Okay, so what she helped her, she asked her to write the essay in the form of the poem, and she was really very happy that she got something new to do. And Mr. Keesing, according to her, he was trying to make a joke on her. Okay, she was always disturbing him, so now he thought that let her won't be able to write, and now he just wanted to make fun on him with this ridiculous subject. Ridiculous means funny subject it was, but I would make, but she was also sure that she won't allow Mr. Keesing to make joke of her, but better she will do that. Okay, and she will what she will do, she will make the joke on him by proving herself that yeah, she has the ability to write on that matter. Even I finished my poem, and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and a father swan with 3 baby ducklings who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Luckily, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. He read the poems to the class, adding his own comments, and to several other classes as well. Since then, I have been allowed to talk and haven't been assigned any extra homework. On the contrary, Mr. Keesing is always making jokes these days. Yours, and extracted from the diary of a young girl with slight adaptation. So what happens, children? Now she again successfully completed. She was very intelligent girl. See, she had many innovative ideas, and she was very skillful. beautifully she used to successfully do her assigned work whatever was given to her. And this time also she finished off her poem, which was very beautiful according to her. And it this poem was now about a mother duck, okay, and a father swan who had their three baby ducklings, okay. And what was the story about? This was in the form of the poem, but this was the story mentioned in that the three baby ducklings, they were beaten to death, okay, by the father swan. He had beaten, okay, all the three ducklings. Why? Because they quacked too much, they spoke too much every time. So the father was irritated and he killed them by biting them, okay. And luckily what happened, Mr. Keesing took the joke the right way. This was only a joke, but it was taken in a serious way by Mr. Keesing, and he even read this poem to his class. Not only to his class, he even gave comments on this topic, and he as well read this poem in all other classes where he used to teach, okay. And after that poem, the last assignment, the third assignment, she was now never assigned any further homeworks. Why? Because now she was allowed to talk, okay, and she was not given any homework. And even opposite to it, on the contrary, means opposite to these things, Mr. Keesings, he started always making jokes those days. Instead of being serious, he started joking, okay. Hope so you enjoyed the lesson, children. So here your lesson 4 and Frank comes to end. So if we talk about the theme of this lesson, what we come to know, yeah, it's all about the loneliness, okay. So in the initial chapter, initial lines, the theme of loneliness is seen, and Anne was trying to find a true friend with whom she can share her innermost thoughts and feelings, okay. Although she is loved by her family members, but she doesn't have any friend. So it's her loneliness who drives her to diary writing, and she wishes to treat this diary as a true friend and names it Kitty also. And the next part, it shows the relationship of the teacher and student, okay. So N, who was always punished by Mr. Keesing, okay, but what happened at the last? The matter was resolved on a very happy ending when Mr. Keesing even understood the trait of that girl, the quality of the girl, and afterwards she was never punished further, okay. So hope so you understood. Better you recall the lesson and try to understand it thoroughly. So let's end the chapter here. Till the next chapter, goodbye children, and have a nice day.